and welcome to the Crafty Rock Crochet-A-Long, where tonight we are making the leaves for our spring garland. Over the last few sessions we have made all the flowers that we require in our garland, starting with primroses and cherry blossom, then snowdrops, then the infamous pansy, and finally with the daffodil. So this week we're going to make 3 leaves: a simple grass-like leaf, which is good for with the daffodils, a broad leaf, sort of heart-shaped leaf, and then a leaf with a serrated edge, which is quite large. So these can be put in behind the flowers on the spring garland, and they look quite nice. So again, I'm going to be using Drops Paris. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook with that. If you have Muskat, you would be using a 3mm hook. So I'm going to start with the simplest, which is this one, the long narrow leaf. And we start this by making a slip stitch and chaining 18. Two, 3, do them fairly loosely, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now slip stitch into the second from the hook and double crochet into the next chain. Now just a reminder, these are UK and Irish terms I'm using, so if you were using American terms that would be a single crochet. Then a half treble into the next, and then a treble into the next 4. So we've gradually increased the width of the leaf and making it a bit longer at that point. So that's 4 trebles, and now 5 double trebles. So wrap around twice and then make your double trebles. If you're unsure of any of these stitches, there are videos on the website, in the blog, the craftyrock.com blog, and you can see all the various stitches that are used. So that's number 2 of the double treble. Third one. Fourth. And 5th. Now, you're going to treble then into the next 2. Half treble into the next. double crochet into the next, and then there should just be one left, but sure not. One chain left, and you do a slip stitch into that, and that's it. Fasten off. And then sew in your ends. So that's the first one, nice and easy. Now, this one we're going to start with a chain and double crochet back down, and then we're going to crochet around both sides of the chain, backwards and forwards, building up the layers. So this time you're going to just chain 11, slip knot, and then chain 11. Nine, 10, 11. Double crochet into the second and into each one, working down the chain back towards the slip knot. So we don't need to graduate the sizes on this one. Now, I'm getting down towards the last one, and in the last one I just do a slip stitch, and then I do 3 chains. And then I do another slip stitch. Now I'm going to work back up this way now. Now you don't need to try and get into the knot. Go into the next double crochet. So double crochet up. Now, there's one more left there, and then it's our, well, we turned, so I'm just going to put a slip knot there, and I'm going to turn then and work backwards. I'm going to do 1 chain and a slip stitch into the second. And then I'm going to double crochet backward down the line. And we're going to get here, this is where the 3 chains were that we did at the beginning. So I'm going to do a double crochet into there this time, and 3 chains, and double crochet back into it. and then double crochet back along. So we're getting a nice smooth edge leaf, but a bit broader than the last one. So here we are at the end again, so slip stitch into that last one, turn, one chain, and slip stitch into the second stitch. And then do it again. So double crochet into every stitch, till you get to the 3 chain space. Double crochet into the 3 chain space, make 3 chains, and double crochet back into the chain space, and then double crochet along. So I think that's 2 repeats I've done. Slip stitch into the last one. So that's probably big enough. I think on the one I did before I've done an extra row. So it's up to you. You just repeat the same thing. And then when you've decided it's wide enough, you fasten off with you do your slip stitch into the last. Don't do a chain, just do the slip stitch and fasten off. Okay, so that's number 2. Now number 3, the serrated one, is very similar, except we're not going to go right to the end of the leaf. We're going to do a little, I suppose it's a picot really, just to give the points to the leaf. So this one I'm going to, just to be different, I'm going to do 13 chains. This is actually an adaptation of a leaf which is used in Irish lace crochet. 7, the rose leaf. Just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Yeah, it's not really that vital that you have the exact number. Now the same thing, double crochet into the second one. So my chain got a bit loose there, just tying it up. And double crochet along. I'm going to do it the same way, double crochet on the first row, just slip stitch into your final stitch, Okay, actually then, so this is the last one. So I'm doing a slip stitch and then 3 chains and another slip stitch and then a double crochet into the next one and back up. But this time we're going to stop when we're 3 from the top. Okay, so 1, 2, well it's 2 and the top one. Alright, so I'm stopping there. And I'm going to turn and I'm going to do 3 chains and a slip stitch into the same stitch. So I've made a picot. And then I'm going to go back in the opposite direction till we get to the 3 chain space. Now, if you weren't doing these 3 chains at the end, you would very quickly run out of stitches. So double crochet this time into that 3 chain space, then 3 chains. You know, this is creating more stitches for you to work on as you are shortening the piece that you're working up. So 1, 2, as I say, it doesn't really matter the numbers you have. It's going to work out however many you have. So 1, 2, 3. So one more to do. So it's opposite the other one. Turn it, 3 chains and a slip stitch into the same, and then double crochet around again. So you just keep on doing this to whatever length you want the leaf to be. I think the traditional one has 7 points on each side, but you mightn't want it that big. I'm missing one there. I am, yeah. Try not to miss a double crochet, otherwise you'll be running out. 1, 2, 3. Now 1, count this as the first one, 2, 3, so stop there, I'll turn it, do my 3 chains, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 chains. Double crochet, one, 2, 3. So this is the last one. Turn, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, one more. And turn it. And slip stitch. So now I've got the top peak and I've got 3 on either side. So I think I'll just stop it there. You can do as many as you like. The way to finish is to bring it back down to the centre, as we did with the last leaf. And just slip it in. And fasten off. So you could keep going if you wanted and add a few more points. I can't think what you call those points on a leaf. Should know. Seeing as how I used to teach biology, but it's evading me at the moment. So there we go. That's a simple leaf with a serrated edge. The wrong side, the right side. So just make a couple of those. I think I've got 2 of the smooth edged ones, 2 of the grass-like ones, and 2 of the serrated on this wreath. So our next session will be the last, where I'll show you how to put the edging on the wreath and how to put the little holder on, and we'll be attaching the flowers we've made. So I'll see you next time. Bye.